Why, hello there. Good morning, everyone. Good to see your shining faces today again. Yeah, Paul Trani here. I'm going to dive into some Photoshop action. Actually, continue the Photoshop action. Big thank you to Sam Peterson Art. Sam is the man, and boy, can he grow a mustache, huh? How about that? So, again, that's the plan today. Is we're going to dive into Photoshop to the moon. We're going to be dealing with space graphics and going to create something pretty surreal. So if that works for you, that's what I want to do. Okay, it's going to be fantastic. So let's just switch over and get this party started. Here we are. Cool. To infinity and beyond. Here's just honestly just like a simple graphic of course, Earth and some other backgrounds. But the goal is to create something that sort of like inspires wonder in you. So it's like the great unknown out there, basically, is what I want to capture. So it's going to be fantastic and should have wonder, sort of capture that element of wonder is the goal. All right, so that's what we're going to kind of keep in mind. I want to create something kind of cool. So we're going to have, of course, our astronaut. Let me make sure that is removed. We're going to have our astronaut and other elements. So I'm just going to write this up just so we're all on the same page. And then we're going to have sort of interesting things. Either this astronaut's going to be floating in space, you know, on another planet that is just has amazing, I don't know, flowers. You know me, flowers and butterflies and just weird things that look very friendly. So this is not going to sort of strike fear in you, but it's all about wonder and capturing these sort of a positive outlook on sort of space and all that stuff, if that works for you. Cool. What's up, Keith? Good to have you here. Michelle. Awesome. Just checking. And flowers and skulls and astronauts. Yes, Cody, we could do that if you want to. You know I have that going on, by the way. Let's actually take a peek, right? Boom. Here's a bunch of graphics that I already have kind of set up in the background. Maybe a skull. Sure, why not? Whatever you guys want to do, right? But here's a number of graphics. I actually kind of started compiling things that we'll put together into a fantastic scene. So I just like the idea of having and by the way, here's one that I've done. We could take a look at this one. There we go. There's your astronaut with flowers, right? I've already done something like this before. If I actually just jump out to my desktop, I might be able to see like sort of a different version of it as well. Okay. So again, kind of cool. The idea behind this is like the only life that this guy finds actually is coming from him. You know, he's the only thing alive on this desolate planet. So, you know, so anyways, I just thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, and that's kind of where this came from. So we have some of those elements, but we got a lot of other things. All right. Are we going to put Doge on the moon? Maybe. And maybe you saw what Jason and I created. And gosh, I don't know where it's at now. But yes, I've done, we could talk about to the moon. Right, so again, just even take off that title, sort of the whole idea of like, you know, to the moon means like taking cryptocurrency or whatever higher than you ever thought before. So it's an optimistic outlook, but I'm not going to do any cryptocurrency type thing. I do want to point out some of these shortcuts that I always typically do. So sort of this is my main canvas. And what I'll do is I'll tile all. So I have this set up as a shortcut, and then I have consolidate all to tabs. So consolidate and then tile. So that's what I'm doing. Let's tile everything. Boom, there they are. And then I usually pick the one I want and then consolidate all into tabs. Right, again, those are just a couple shortcuts. Another thing you can do, if you just want to be able to see these images, right, I have to kind of click and I got to zoom out and maybe center it. What you can do is you can select one document, right? It's at 12% the original size. Go to Window, Arrange, and then you can match the zoom and location and rotation and all that stuff. I just do Match All. So we do Match All. It's going to match everything to that 12% and actually fits everything within view so I can actually see which each one of those files are. So, Marshall, where you live again? You got record high temperatures and then snow. Where is this? Where is this crazy place? We have beautiful weather in Colorado, although it's going to rain the next 3 days, but usually it's just shower it in the afternoon. So that's what's going on. All right. Canada. There's Canada. I love the changes in weather. All right. Some of these images, as you may or may not know, actually came from the NASA website. They give away free assets, which is awesome. And then I have others from just Adobe stock. But I'm going to combine all those together. Actually, into this one. Let's grab this stuff. There's our Earth. The moon to the moon. And yeah, anything else I'm going to bring over? All right, cool. Let's close that. We don't need that file. And all I'm doing is dragging each one of these layers into one document. And then we'll get to compositing. Cool, something like that. And then I can close all of these. Actually, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep up these three. Those are the ones that I want to keep. How you guys doing today, huh? Hey, Sean, do you got a cool stream going on? I would love to hear about it. Tell me about it. I love that image. Super cool. We have this landscape. Again, I'm just taking some of my favorite pieces. All right, let's get those cool stars in there. And I know where that one is, so we'll just close that. And this one has a ton of planets. So yeah, let's bring all that stuff over and group them together. All right. Get started. Boom. Everything's in one file. This is usually how I work. I'll find stuff out on the interwebs, right? You get the idea. Let's think big. All right. Okay. Oh, space related also. Awesome, Sean. Very cool. Into it. I'm really into this picture. Like, I love the idea of, well, I like science fiction. But I like to see an astronaut in a field like this, and then just something magical going on. Okay, so let's do that. And again, these are a number of images that I've already downloaded, and I've already put in this file. Okay, we can see them all here. I'll turn them all on. They're all different sizes. If we saw everything, well, we can't see everything right now. We'll just go ahead and reveal all. We're going to reveal everything that's off of the canvas. This is going to change my canvas size. But, oh yeah, there's everything. All this stuff. And I gotta save this as well. Hello, Monk. How are you doing out there on YouTube? If you're joining me elsewhere, feel free to hop over to behance.net/Adobe Live so we can talk. All right. Find this gorgeous. This is a gorgeous field, huh? And I'm gonna grab my astronaut too. That one's cool. That image is in there twice. You could do a command. When you hold down the command key, it will toggle auto select. So I'll hold down the command key just so I can select this graphic and move it off. Select this one, move it off. Oh, that one's select it, delete it, right? Here's my text that can go at the top. Guess what? There's a shortcut for all this stuff, right? We want to move this to the top. Shift command, closing bracket, right? Opening bracket sends it to the bottom, right? You guys seeing that happen? Closing bracket sends it to the top, right? And then you can actually just hold down one of these keys. Hey, you know? I guess that's all I really do. Gosh, am I? Anyways, so that's how you move things to the top and bottom. So I'll just turn that off. And let's work on this some more. Moon is there. Put that in there. These are going to be our planets. And let's get this started. Okay. Can we use these sky pictures with sky replacement? Hey, that's a great idea. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Man, I'm so glad you are here, Monica. Thank you so much. I love that idea. Because we can do that. We got all this, like, I don't want it to be desolate. No, that's a little too sad. I'm trying to find the best image that I can. To put this astronaut in. Whatever field might look the best. And for a lot of these, we could go ahead and remove the sky. This one might be good, and we'll try just a couple things. That one is okay. There's another fun one. There's our astronaut too. All right, let's do this. Again, we're trying to find the best picture we have to put the astronaut in. I'm liking this one a lot. This one isn't bad. That one's okay. And then we have these others. Ooh, this one's super nice too. So if I drop this astronaut in here, I do have to kind of take a look that, you know, he's going to actually be pretty small in this little field. But this might work. Interesting. Okay, so let's just try some of these. I like this one. And I do like this one a lot. All right. I typically move my favorites to the top. And then let's just double check what I had in the browser. Yeah, that's the same one. Yep, there it is. All right. Cornell, how you doing? Good to see you too as well. What does everybody have going on this weekend? Huh? You guys, are you celebrating Memorial Day? Are ya? At least here in the US, that's what we have going on. So obviously this is really large. And I might need to crop this down a little bit. All right, but either way, this is just so wide, right? So what I can do is I can select the crop tool, and as long as I have this unchecked, let's not delete the cropped pixels, right? But let's get more of a square image going. Maybe I'll make it a little, hold on. We'll make this 16:9 ratio. Yeah, let's do that. This gives us enough room to work with. I don't have delete cropped pixels, so it's going to keep all those pixels. I'll click OK. We'll go. Raining all weekend in Brooklyn. Oh, that doesn't sound very good. All right, so here's our image. Let's go ahead and remove the background. And let's try sky replacement. But let's take a different image of like the sky, right? So we could sub all of these in, whether we do it now or later, it's totally up to us. But here's a cool sky that I could potentially use. So let's take this and quick export as JPEG, just of this layer, bam, to the desktop, and we'll just call it sky. All right. Sky replacement. Let's keep an eye on it. Sure enough, it replaces the sky, but it doesn't do this part any favors. So that's not going to work out too well. I could try some others, right? Something like that. But really what I want to do, I'm going to do this. I'm going to click cancel. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to show you what we can do here. We can scale this up. So let's scale this up, but I don't want to distort everything. You can go to Edit, Content Aware Scale. Selecting Content Aware Scale, it will duplicate all these pixels in this area, but anywhere where there's like lots of detail, it won't distort. But let's see actually what it does. Holding on the Shift key too, by the way. See how I'm extending it up? It just extends up the sky mostly and does stretch that out a little bit, but this helps out a lot in this case using content aware scale. Okay, you do something like that, boom, hit enter. I know what a lot of people will do, and also what I will do is just select this upper area, Command T, grab this top, hold down the Shift key, stretch it up like that, and there we have like that part. Okay, it looks like it's getting a little bit distorted there with the sun. I'm not crazy about that. Yeah, is anybody interested in going to the moon? Me, I'd rather go to someplace like Paris or Thailand. Right? All right, cool. Here this is. Check this out. We'll go through, let's do edit, sky replacement again on this original image. We might want to use the sky. It doesn't really matter, right? What we can do is output to new layers as we click OK. We literally just use that to select the sky. So even though we're not going to replace it with this sky that it picked up, but we can just kind of use this selection right here. So it automatically does this selection for us. Let's mask that out. Option key. Click. There we go. Okay, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Daniel wants to go to Mars. I just like, honestly, like I want to go to, I'd rather go to just another country here on Earth. You know, I just would. Okay, let's introduce our astronaut. Okay, a couple different ways we could do this. Yeah, you can grab, of course, use any sort of clip art or any assets that you might have. I have an astronaut right here. I have another one right here, right? Both from Adobe stock. We could see this guy. You know, maybe he is falling into this scene. Which honestly, this is going to be a tough selection. There's so much white going on here, right? Guess what? We're going to use the magic wand tool. Increase the tolerance. This is something that you typically have to play with. Click. Let's just select these other areas inside of here. And what I have going on is this is set to contiguous. So it's not going to select all the white everywhere because it's going to get part of his, or part of this astronaut's suit. Okay, so we can go in. select what we want to. Hold down the Option key. Remember, I selected the background. We'll add a layer mask. There we go. He's obviously cut out. Except for we have all these lovely issues right in here. So let's just do this. B for brush. You guys know how this goes. Welcome. Rather sail the oceans than go to the moon. Yeah, right? I mean, come on. The Earth is full of wonder. And this would be also interesting to take an astronaut and put him in like Times Square or something like that. Put him in different places on the Earth. I think that sounds like a fun, like, creative idea rather than putting him out in space. Like, that's what you expect, right? And we just want to create a fantastic image. Full of wonder here. Okay, just kind of cleaning this up. Right in here. Oh, I better hurry up, folks. You guys don't need to see me do this. Do you? There we go. Am I getting all the little spots? X key will flip foreground and background color, which will always be black and white when you're on a layer mask, and that looks pretty good. Done. A lot of times when I do this sort of cleanup, I'll go ahead and turn it into a smart object. Sailing. Yeah, I heard the food on the mood. What would that be? Cheese? A lot of moon cheese? I do like moon cheese. Isn't that what it is? Moon cheese. It's like a dehydrated cheese that's crunchy and you eat it like it's chips. All right. Here we go. We have our astronaut kind of falling in this scene, as we can see. Okay. Obviously a different color than he should be. So we need to fix that. I would like to go to the moon because I would weigh less. So yes, so I could eat all the pizza and ice cream that I would want. That would be nice. All right, so let's take a look at this. We have this astronaut kind of falling. And let's kind of tint him. A couple different ways we could do this. So many different ways. I'm going to take the background. I'm going to clip that background to the astronaut. Right, so there it is, clipped. Right, and then we can play with blend modes. So this is one easy way to do things. Right, we set that to multiply. It takes all of the lighter colors and kind of shows that image through those lighter colors, like that. Right, so we're actually able to kind of grab a piece of that atmosphere and put this astronaut in this place. It's like the easiest way to do things. Okay, but there's a lot of contrast and different things that we need to add here to make it look better. He needs a parachute or he's gonna hit the ground hard. I know, right? But this is a magical place, so maybe we don't know. Maybe he's actually jumping, right? And this is just what this is like. I love the idea of putting a ton of butterflies in here, because that's what I want to do. Is that okay? Right, we need a lot more contrast. So let's add some brightness and contrast. We could do curves or levels. It's this section right in here. This is going to be all of your lights and your darks. So let's go to levels, actually. Okay, levels. It's my clipping mask right in here, so you can see how I'm making it darker. Here's the thing that's happening. Let's actually switch this up. Let's get rid of levels. Let's use curves. And you guys have seen me probably do this like 1,000 times. So we can still use curves to kind of make it darker and lighter in places. Right? Oh, that's looking kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that. I like that. Okay. But the problem with this is it's making all of the blacks, all the darks, it's making them black. And that's not what we want. Right? We want the blacks to be a little bit of gray. So we could raise this black point like so. That's looking a little bit better, but typically what I would do is I would make this all darker. right? All of it. Darker. And then I would paint on this curves layer. So selecting curves, hit B for brush. Give it a nice soft round. Take the flow down. And we can start removing this darkness on one side. Probably hardly going to notice it. Let's crank it up. So again, just adding a highlight on this side of the astronaut. There you go. You can see it right there for sure. This side of the helmet. Over here as well. Just that lighter side. I'd probably hit the bottom of his foot, right? Or excuse me, the top of his foot. And on his like quad there as well. Okay. There we go. We just have a splash of color. Yes, Frank, you know what I want to do. I think that sounds awesome. Make him levitate with lots of flowers and you know, butterflies around him. Yeah, I'm into that. Like, that would be cool. We want everything to appear as if it's in this environment. So anyways, here's one floating astronaut. Just showing you how to do some quick color adjustments. We could also, instead of just duplicating the background layer, we could dive into, say, color balance or color lookup. Let's try color lookup. If we use, oh, not color lookup, sorry. I want to do, let's get rid of that. Photo filter. We'll do photo filter right in here. Sure enough, it's using a warming filter. I'll turn that on and off, and we'll see what that looks like. And let's crank this up a lot. There we go. So that's what that color filter is, that photo filter. It's like you're actually putting a film in front of your camera, and it gives you that look. What's nice is you can actually jump in and use color. You could sample that background. But since I'm actually on a, there we go. Use color, click there, and we can sample that color like so, right? So we could actually sample that. I'll usually crank it up a little bit more. You get the idea. We don't want to make everything orange. We want to keep some of the color of his suit. So let's make sure we subtract a little bit, at least on the side that's kind of away from the light of the sun. Okay, so that's all I'm doing there. All right, cool. You got it. All right. Yes, butterflies, please. Oh, let's do that. That's going to be so nice. Let's save this file, this moon PSD. Let's grab a bunch of butterflies. We're going to use a different astronaut. I really want an astronaut like standing in here with like all these butterflies around this astronaut, but maybe these butterflies are unique in a way. Like what I could do instead of butterflies, I could do fish. So what if I got a bunch of beta fish and they're kind of floating around this astronaut? Like, so on this planet, instead of butterflies, you have beta fish, right? So that also might work. So yeah, this is going to be fun. Checking the time. Geez, I only have 30 minutes, so let's hustle through this. Flutterbys. I know, right? Why couldn't we keep that name, Christine? Because from what I understand, butterflies were called flutterbys at one point in time. Right? Flying fish. Let's grab another astronaut. In fact, you know, I kind of cheated. Like, I already have a library of stuff right in here. Like, this guy's awesome. Look at this guy. It's going to be perfect. Come on now. Albeit a little small. We have this guy. It's perfect because we have the light coming from the right direction. So right in here, let's make things easy on ourselves. Let's just try to, let's just rasterize this. Let's do a remove background. Boom. It did a pretty darn good job. And it missed some spots, but again, this is just a layer mask. I'll use the quick selection tool a lot for these areas. right in here. Boom. Oops. Fill with background color. Come on, get it, buddy, get it. And by the way, you know what? Say what you want about the lasso tool. It's going to be the most accurate tool that you could find in Photoshop. There we go. Oops. Oops. There we go. Switch back to our brush. Anyways, you guys don't need to see me do all this cleanup. I think the cleanup is kind of boring. And I apologize. Because again, we've already done this with one astronaut. If you're wondering what's what, well, I kind of know what's what in here. Hit X. Now I'm painting with black. You know, I could easily tell that, okay, this part needs to be cleaned up. But hold on, let me do this really fast and then I'll get back into what I was talking about. Right over here, for this hand, we don't know what's what. You can always disable that layer mask and you can see his fingers go clear down here. So just disable it for a second, outline his fingers, and then enable it again. And now we could just go ahead and fill it with the foreground color like that. Okay, done. Can you make a 2D image into a 3D object? Like if you wanted the astronaut to look 3D. Your best bet there is to actually use 3D. And I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't think that's too off subject, by the way. There's no magic way to turn something into 3D. You could take a flat image and give that flat image depth, but you're going to make it look like it's on a card or, you know, something with depth. You're basically, you could extrude images. You could extrude something based on the lights and darks of the image. But ultimately, probably want to use a 3D. So here's this guy. Let's just go ahead and convert him to a smart object. Shrink him down. Let's turn off this other astronaut. And let's put this guy in here really fast. Wait for it. So, Bliss, by the way, so this is what I would do. I would use dimension. Like, so this is your other alternative. You got so many options, by the way. Guess what? Here's an astronaut. Take this astronaut, put this astronaut into dimension. Sure enough, rotate this astronaut around if we want to. We could take the light, okay? So we could rotate the light. Make sure it's coming from the right direction. But typically you have more than one light source. Not to worry, you go to your assets. I would jump in here. You can add an additional light. You could use sun. So I just clicked right there. I've added sunlight like so. And let's take a look at the rotation of the sun. See, that's what's going on. So we want to make sure it's going to hit that astronaut on the correct side. I'm cheating it a little bit. Okay, but you get the idea. Environment light, we can take that down still. We could take up the intensity of the sunlight, right? And we're just playing with that brightness and contrast, if you will. Also, what we could do is we want to use that same image. Let's go out here. Let's export out that. Yeah, let's call it layer 5. No big deal. Boom, drop that in to the background. And not only that, we'll match image. We will match the, we don't want to resize the canvas, but create lights out of that image. All right, so that's what we get. Now, what does that mean? Well, we'll go into the sun. Oh, here's the environment light. Here we go. The environment light, it's like putting the image right in here. That's all it really does, right? So in this case, again, we might need to take down the intensity and change the sun, because I'm like losing a lot of... I'm losing a lot of... It's like, where the heck is my sun at? There we go. There it is. So again, coming from one side, changing the color, even sampling. Let's go ahead and sample right in there. And yeah, you guys get the idea. Cool, there we are. We'll adjust the position, do something like that, and then we can render it out. Import them into Blender or 3ds Max. Yeah. Kind of like the idea of like beta fish floating around this astronaut. Another thing, as it says in the description of this, using something like PixelSquid. PixelSquid, again, is your like third option. You find a flat image, you can find a 3D image, use the 3D program of your choice, Blender or whatever, dimension. Third option is using something like PixelSquid, because sure enough, you do a search for astronaut, and here's our lovely astronauts. We got 8 pages worth of astronauts. Ooh, I like this guy, because it kind of looks like he's walking. We'll switch this to high res, and actually, let's add him. So click. It adds this astronaut, happens to be a cosmonaut, right? There he is. There's a little cosmonaut. To our scene. There we go. Cool thing about this is you can rotate this. Oh shoot. What the heck happened? Let's try this one more time. Dropping in this cosmonaut. There he is. Rotating him. Come on. There we go. He's rotated now. Let's get rid of this other one. Let's scale him up. Something interesting is happening here. So anyways, there we go. You can adjust the angle, but you can't adjust any of the lighting. So that's why, in this case, I'm not going to use PixelSquid, right? Because the lighting is off. Even though I can reposition any way I want, the lighting's not quite what I need. That's all. He's so small. All right. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to put this astronaut right in here. So let's select some of this content. Maybe we will use, let's try quick selection. Make that brush a little larger. Grab some of these flowers like so. There's our astronaut. Option key. Bam. Again, just making him look like he's part of this lovely scene. Cool. Carol Pearl. Yeah, I like Dimension. I do. I do. Cool thing about this, so I already did all of that work on my other astronaut. I can take all this like content right here and Command J, duplicate it, right? Jump, and then clip it here and adjust accordingly. Of course, that is a different... There we go. Yeah, there we have it. Excuse me. Reminds you of Interstellar. Cool. All right. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna grab. So there's all our fish. And then I should have butterflies as well. Oh, here we go. Kind of like this. So I'm just gonna make this easy on myself. Grab this file, grab all these butterflies. This is not a great scene. It's okay, it just has lots of issues. That's all. But what it does have is it has all the butterflies that I need. So boom, shaboom. There they all are. And I can start to plant those around. Let's Command G, group them, and now we have our butterflies. Go. Maybe one of these is on a shoulder. Like so. All right, cool. You would have warped the whole group. Cool. All right, I only have 15 minutes. And I've kind of made a mess of some of these butterflies. Look at them. That's okay. And by the way, they don't have the same... The blacks don't match. That's a big problem with this. So let's fix that. And let's just like group all this other stuff. There we go. Sorry, everything's a little small. I apologize for that. Here's all my butterflies. Okay, so here's tip number 15 or whatever number I'm on. We've used curves earlier. We're going to use curves again. And these curves are going to be clipped to just the butterflies. So they're only going to change the butterflies. Okay, we can see that happening. Darker, lighter, you get the idea. Okay. I could try to almost like manually guess what the darks and lights are, or I can just hold down the Option key and click auto. So that's what I'm going to do. Click auto. Again, the thing's not working is that the blacks aren't matching up. So let's fix it. We'll do find dark and light colors for the shadows, the darks. We're going to pick the darkest place on this image, which is only right here. Like it's not that dark. Clicking right there, we can see we've sampled that gray. So it's going to change it from that color to that color. It's totally going to lighten up those darks, which is exactly what we want. Midtones. Highlights, guess what? The highlights are actually, the lightest part in this image is actually this sort of light yellow. Oops, sorry. And that makes it match in the scene. You're defining the shadows, the midtones, the highlights, right? All in that curves. So there it is. So we see our before, and then we see our after. Okay, and again, that was just working on the butterflies. Cool. You guys are being silly. All right, so we have that. We have our butterflies. That's working for the scene. I still love the idea of adding like fish, beta fish kind of swarming around an astronaut's head. I just love that idea. So that's what I want to do. I want to take a new scene, a new image. Yeah, again, in typical Paul fashion, I'm going to try to make another composite. Why? Why? Oh, did I accidentally move him? I think I accidentally moved a number of things. Okay, there we go. Yep. There we go. Okay. Bear with me. This file is absolutely huge. Design 1. Save. All right. Yeah, Michelle learns plenty of things. Not every time you watch a live stream, but also while you're on chat. Ah, I agree. I think chat always bails me out of a jam, for sure. Okay, I like this. Let's crop it down. I think this needs to have like a tighter crop like that. Right? It's gonna look better. Hit enter. Guess what? I'm not deleting cropped pixels, but I'm making this a different size. So. Oh, good. Michelle, you like the beta fish idea? Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Again, I think I moved something. Did I move something? Why is that off a little bit? Okay, done. Design 1, done. Design 2, let's do this. Come on, I have faith in you, Paul. You got this. Astronaut. Boom. Oop. New scene, new scene. All right. Do I use this one? I have now 3 different options. This astronaut suit and all these other ones. Oh, like this one is cool. Maybe. Look at how little it is. Look at this little guy. I don't know if I like this astronaut. All right. Oh, good. Oh, you're so nice, Michelle. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I know there's so many smart people actually watching the stream that, yeah, I mean, I know hopefully everybody learns a tip or a trick. Because honestly, everybody works a little bit differently, and that's a good thing. So regardless of how you work, hopefully you're learning stuff. And I'm not kidding when I say, you know what? I learn from chat. Anytime I get in a jam, they're like, hey, try this. So it helps out so much. Yeah, you guys are being used by me. You thought I was helping you? You're really helping me. So, again, just a couple different options. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. This is actually, I think this is a model. It's not an actual astronaut. It might be an, gosh. Obviously, this is not real right in here. So I'd need to cut that out. Heck, let's go to our other one. Hold on. Wait one moment. Wait. Oh, I want to get this done. Okay, this one has the lighting I want, but I want to just remove all those flowers. Okay. Anyway. What a day. Oh yeah, let's find some weird alien fish. And we're going to put them in the sky too. Maybe I'll actually put this like in space. Right, like that. Okay. So I'm gonna put it in a wonderfully like blue environment out in space, like this background. Something like this. Right? We'll play with that lighting. There we go, that's looking a little bit better. And let's try some of these crazy fish. These guys are crazy. Afroji, you like the idea? Oh, thank you. This will be really fun. Actually, this is perfect for PixelSquid. The lighting doesn't matter as much, but I have full control over like the rotation and sort of the view of each one of these fish that I drop in. That one looks kind of scary, might I add. Let's go back. And I love beta fish because beta fish have these like fins that it like looks like they're flying. So that's what I'm looking for, is like a fish, like a beta fish that looks like it's floating or flying. I don't know. And they're very colorful. All right, Fairy's just knocking down the candy, aren't you? You're just getting us all jealous, just eating that candy. It's no big deal, huh? All right, that is cool. And let's see, next up, just to check the schedule. Is Jason. Cool, video and motion masterclass. He's making some animated stuff. And then I'll have the creative challenge later on for Illustrator. What other fun fish do we have out here? Ooh, this one's nice. Again, we're going for colorful. There we go. And by the way, I know I have some fish stock art, so Adobe stock fish. So let's just type in fish. Oh yeah, check it out. Here we go. You ready for this? Bam. Look at all these guys. Huh? Talk about gorgeous. Look at these gorgeous fish. Come on now. It's like it's wearing an evening gown. It's like it's going to a gala or something. That's what these fish are doing. They're like a beautiful. Beautiful. These are, they call them total beautiful fighting fish. That's what the name of this file is. Okay. But this is exactly what I need. So, awesome. Let's go ahead and do a select, color range. Select that. Can't see it too well. We'll just click OK. There they are. They are beautiful. All right. I'm down to my last minute. So, you guys are just going to have to tune in later. Hopefully I can get this done. But I did get one design done already. My next goal with this is position all the fish, adjust all of the lighting. Parrotfish is a good call as well. So, that's the whole thing I'm going to do. Wait, what did you say? Bella Kotek, I love her. Use those in her demo. Oh, she had these same fish. Awesome. So, very cool. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this lovely Friday before a 3-day weekend. Keep in mind, everyone, that we are going to be off on Monday. So there won't be live. There will be streams, but they won't be live. So that's what's going on. So hang out with me today and everyone else. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in about an hour. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you soon.